Yeah, so today I will introduce the natural education in Tongxing School and the environmental public welfare project that we conduct in the past year. And actually, in Tongxing, we give students project-based education, project-based learning during last 8 years. Tongxing School has founded for 8 years, and we always conduct those project-based learning. The reason for this is that we think in China, the project-based learning is really so small part of the education. Not many schools can conduct this kind of learnings for students. So we, as a social enterprise, we hope to just give some extra curriculum education to the students. So we have those commercial projects for the families in big cities, but we also have a lot of project-based learning to the students in rural areas, in village schools in China. And we've already conducted several projects for students to think about the environment, think about the earth, think about the nature as a whole. We hope to give the students a concept that all the human beings are a big family together. We live on one earth together, and our climate, our environment has a lot of relationship with the other part of the earth. And we conducted a project like how to save the polar bears if the climate still getting heated. Or we let the student to think about if the environment on Earth has been destroyed, how can we clone another Earth in the universe? This kind of project has raised the interest of the students, and we help them to learn basic natural knowledge during this process. Today, I'm going to introduce one of the special projects we conduct in the past year. It is natural education project we introduce into the rural area, into the village schools. We started this project with the cooperation with Alashan Natural Foundation. And we started from Lijiang, that is one famous spot in Yunnan province in China. And we expand that project to several other provinces in China. And we hope to make this whole project a continuous natural education project in China. And that's the overview of our project. Based on the limit of the time, I just choose some important points to introduce. First of all, we have the long goal of sustainable development. So environment is one of the main issues we focus on. We recognize the social environment protection needs that our environment needs everybody's action to protect. And we also recognize the policy in governments, the government's new policy that pay more emphasize on the green economy and the green development, social development. And also we think based on our education philosophy, we think that we hope to give the students sense of global development, global sustainable development. So we introduce a lot of other knowledge to them on the global base, like the science, civilization, and time and space, and things like this. And the environment is one of the main parts of our education. And also our team has the aspiration to do social welfare, because as from the first day Tongxing School is founded, we have the idea of a social enterprise that we use the profit of the commercialized projects to help us to do a lot of things in rural areas in China. So this kind of social welfare philosophy is one of the core parts of the Tongxing School. So based on this basis, we conducted these natural education programs in rural areas in China. We give the students environmental knowledge education. We help the children to systematically know the natural the natural environment in around their surroundings. And we also help the children to cultivate their behavior habit. We hope that those students in rural areas can develop green living habits and maybe even educate their families and their villagers. Because we know that in a lot of provinces in China, like Yunnan, Guizhou, or Sichuan, a lot of rural villagers, they got damage to the environment a lot. For example, they throw trashes, or they just cut down the trees, or they just hunting for the animals in rural area. But we hope that we can educate the students, the younger generation, for those green living habits, and maybe they can even educate their parents and their villages. And also, we align our educational program with SDG goals. That's the United Nations long sustainable development goals. So we just close aligned our educational goals with SDG development goals. And also we try to raise social awareness of the importance of environmental protection. Now the project covers 8 provinces, expanding the reach of natural education and environmental education program. The 8 provinces are 西藏、云南、贵州、广东、甘肃、吉林、湖北、安徽。And in Xizang, Tibet, Yunnan, Gansu, and Jilin, we conduct the natural education classes in the schools that our Tongxing teachers are teaching in. We do have some teachers teaching in these rural area schools to give them science classes and art classes. So these teachers can have another natural classes for the students there. And in some other provinces, like Guizhou and Anhui, we give those classes in the village schools, and those schools are interested in our program, and they applied for this opportunity. And in Hubei, we just conduct these educational classes in the community by some volunteers, yeah, in rural communities. And so all these provinces, so we give donations to the to the schools, and we organize the natural classes and education for those schools. And we did some online outreach. That's myself and two of the leading natural experts in China. And we use online platform to expand our to expand the opinions, the ideas of natural protection. And we had school collaborations. We try to build our school collaboration network. And now we still seeking more collaborations with more schools and organizations. So after this today's talk, I hope that I can expand our connection, our collaboration to more organizations. And also we have the community engagement because we involve the villagers, we involve the parents, we involve the school headmasters into our programs. We hope to attract residents to participate in this environmental protection effort. And our educational contents are just like the ecosystem introduction, plant and animal recognition, biodiversity conservation, and interpretation of natural phenomena, etc. We found that a lot of students in these rural schools, they had really little knowledge of the environment, of the nature. And although they live in the most beautiful mountain areas on the earth, just like Lijiang, Yunnan, I think the mountains in Yunnan and Xizang is the most beautiful in the world. I've visited mountains in Europe, in United States, and in Australia, but I think nothing can compare with those mountains in Yunnan and Xizang provinces. And in Yunnan, we knew that there are a lot of um, varieties of plants and animals that are really rare and in the world. However, for those students, they just don't have this knowledge. They don't recognize the specialty of the plants and animals and the geography of their homeland. And so they did not have a lot of emotions to this nature. So for the educational part, we hope that all the students can have more knowledge on the nature of their homeland, and that can also raise the patriotic emotions for the students to their homeland. We introduce the basic knowledge of the characteristics and functions of ecosystems, such as forest, grassland, wetland, and more. And also, we let the students to go out to the nature and introduce some common plants and animals to them to help them to understand their lifestyles. Also, we hope to let the students to recognize the importance of biodiversity, because for in the past time, some peasants in the villages in Yunnan provinces, they hunt for a lot of uh, important animals around in the mountains. So we now hope the students to recognize the values of all the plants and animals and the importance of biodiversity. And we hope to let them know the principles of natural phenomena, such as the rainings and the floods and the global heatings and things like this. So these are the basic content of our natural education. And also we hope to integrate the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals into our educational program, because these goals are very important to natural education. We hope to cultivate the social responsibility. We hope to raise the environmental responsibility. And we hope that the sense of a sustainable development can cultivate into the students' heart, deeply into their heart. And our teaching method is project-based learning. We always conduct our educational program in this way because we think that if you have a goal, you have the motivation to find the solutions. So we hope to raise questions to the students and to raise the interest of the students. We have a lot of field visits educational programs to the students, and the students love it because in China, most of the classes are inside the classroom, and the students do a lot of examinations in their school time. So if they have time to go out to the nature and to have those outdoor adventure activities, the students are very happy. They love it. And we also guide the students to visit some ecological sites and do natural observations. And we try to conduct the students to do field research and learnings. And we let the students to gather some leaves and observe the birds and to discuss some questions in the natural field. And the students really got deeper sense of the natural field, natural environment around them. And in different provinces, we just encourage the teachers to do different field visits and to design the courses by the teachers in different provinces. And our classroom teaching is also innovative in China because we introduce the interactive teaching into the classroom. In traditional Chinese classes, the teacher give his or her talks by himself or herself, and the students just listen to the teachers. That's very traditional in China. But our classes is really interactive. The teachers give their courses by using the method as questioning and discussions, and the teachers design the course by list list of questions and give the students one by one and let the students learn things by discussions and talk to each other. And also, we let the students to do some case studies according to their own village environment. And we also let the professional experts to come to the students to introduce some professional methods, professional knowledge to the students. And also we have our standard multimedia teaching materials for teachers in different provinces. So we give the teachers in different provinces a standard systematic teaching materials. But we hope that the teachers in different provinces can conduct the classes on their own and based on the environment of their own provinces. And so now we hope that we can keep the diversity of classes as well as we keep the possibility of expand it to larger scales. We also organize some practical activities in their own society, like tree planting, and let the students to do some crafts, eco-friendly crafts. And also we let the volunteer activities, such as let the students to participate in the campaigns of waste sorting awareness and also river cleanup and other campaigns. These practical activities also raise the students of the enthusiasm to the natural environment. And also, and these are our project outcomes. We try to testify the outcome of our project by this method. First of all, we let the students to have presentations in classrooms to apply their knowledge to real project. We let the students to show that they are able to apply the environmental protection knowledge to show their project-based learning results, and to solve the problems in real life situation. And we also have some paperwork, some tests of the knowledge. Through the knowledge assessment, children who has conducted the children who have conducted these courses gets the understanding of environmental protection and have shown significant improvement. And also we let some students to design the new project to show their cognitive depth. During this part, we also involve some students from the urban area, from the big cities. And in summer camps, we let the students from the big cities to come to this area and to study the natural environment in such as the natural environment in Lijiang, in Xishuangbanna, in Yunnan province, and also the environment in Xizang, in Tibet. And we let the students to discuss, the students from the city to discuss how to design a new natural park that is nature friendly and also human friendly. For this kind of project, we hope that the students can show their thoughts in depth, that they really understand the relationship between human and nature. And also we got a lot of praise from the media as the feedback of our project. The school gave highly promotion of our project, and especially the leading school in Lijiang province, they believed it has a positive impact on students' growth, not only the students' knowledge growth, but also the psychology growth. They found out that the students who had the natural education are happier and more positive in their everyday life. And also we have the media coverage of the whole project of our natural education, raise attentions and coverage from multiple media outlets. And also we had some industry recognition and praise from the peers in the field of environmental education. And also we in the future, we also hope to expand this project to a larger area. And we hope to cooperate with more schools. Now we have the mechanisms of accepting applications from different schools. We give them a curriculum and trainings. We have a standard curriculum of natural environment that was developed by the nature education experts in China. And for this standard courses, the school can give standard school courses to the students. And we also hope teachers in different areas in China can make specializations of this standard curriculum. And we also give the teacher trainings to these schools. We invite the industry expert to provide environmental education training for the school teachers. Last time the training was held in Lijiang, in Yunnan province, and I also joined the training last time, and the teachers are very eager to learn about the environmental education. And we did have the praise from the teachers, and we give them the teacher evaluation. We collaborative assess the students' learning outcomes and continuously improve the teaching method, and also we modify our curriculum based on the real response and feedbacks from the teachers and the students. We hope in the future, we hope to expand our corporate collaborations. Now we already had some collaborations with different corporate, but in the future we hope to expand our networks of collaboration. The last period, our donations from Alashan Environmental Foundation. Now we are contacting more foundations for resource donation. And also, we hope to connect more companies to cooperate together so that the companies can offer financial materials and other forms of support to the project. For example, we are now cooperate with another leading corporate in China in the green energy. It's called Goodway. It's one of the leading corporate in the solar energy area, and we hope to build green energy electrical devices in the rural area. And also we hope that on the practical basis we can cooperate with more organizations that we can provide children with hands-on opportunities to let them to have some practical opportunities. And also we hope to expand the concept of environmental protection based on the social media, and to expand our ideas and concepts in a wider range. And we do hope to have some international contacts and cooperations with international groups and corporations. We hope that we can share experiences with international environmental organizations, because the nature education, environmental education is oriented from the United States, and we hope we knew that there are a lot of more experienced organizations in Europe and the United States. We do hope to communicate more with the international groups. And also we hoped that we can have some exchange and integration of different cultures, because in China we have our own culture and environmental we have the different natural environment. And we hope that we can communicate with different culture and make the integration of the human family. And also we hope to collaborate maybe on international environmental protection cooperation project. In the past, we've already organized some small projects with the international cooperation. For example, we had led some students to Switzerland, to the United Nations Global Office, and to let them to study the SDG goals, the global SDG goals, and let them to conduct a talk in the United Nations office. And we also conduct one project in Ganzi in Sichuan province in China, water protection. That is also a cooperation with an international international organization. And we hope to adopt more international standard on nature and environmental education. We hope to accept these concepts and standards to enhance the quality of our project. So about the future, we do hope that our project can expand to a larger scale in China. First of all, is the geographic expansion. Now we can implement the project in 8 provinces in China. We hope to expand this natural education programs to more provinces and cities in China. Also, we hope to expand our cooperation network, and we will continuously modify our curriculum with the content enrichment, and we hope to conduct format innovation to explore new educational formats and activities to enhance the appeal of the project. And that is our long-term goal. We hope to promote policy impact. Nowadays in China, because the examination system only is for language and math and other courses. So in a lot of schools, the principals and the teachers pay little attention to natural education and environmental education. However, we think that the e-education is very important to the global development. So we hope that we can promote the policy to pay more attention, more emphasis on e-education. And we hope that our students can have some contribution to the global environment protection. And when they grown up, they may become worker, or they find a job in this global environmental protection field. And also we hope to cultivate talent. We hope to develop and nurture professionals and leaders in this field. We not only cultivate the students, we also cultivate the teachers. And we hope that there are a lot of really excellent teachers in this field can come out through our project. And we hope that the environmental education and sustainability can become a concept deep in the heart of the Chinese people. And so that is my share.
Thank you. Thank you, Jingfan. Once again, it's amazing to find translation actually worked pretty well. I was worried about because you use a Chinese version, which is quite the same framework, but I feel it's still kind of everything come out from your mouth. It's really making great sense to me. And I also want to introduce my colleague Elena here, who is based now in Edinburgh, and she is also an expert of early childhood education. So, Elena, please join me to be the host for the next 20 minutes, because I know we now have a very different audience group, and lots of them are probably never been to China. They don't really know much about the country or society, especially the educational system. So obviously we have lots of questions already from in the chat. So feel free to look at the questions, Jingfang, if that's okay for you. And we are also kind of jumping to raise questions from there. So Elena, I would like to ask you, how do you feel? because Dr. Hao has been a kind of a very special profession in China with one of the largest development think tank or government organization called Development Research Foundation. So she knows very well, not just about novel writing, which is I'm a big fan to it, but actually she's economist. But right now she's doing a very special kind of education initiative, which is not that much commercial, but it's also kind of charged a little bit from the parents in the big cities in China. But at the same time, they're doing this kind of education in the rural part of the society. So how do you feel? Do you have any kind of general question to ask? And you have the privilege to go for. You're muted, by the way.
Okay. Hi, Dr. Hao. Nice to meet you. It's very wonderful to learn about your work. Well, maybe I had the curiosity. I've never heard about the mountains that you describe. I'm wondering what is the cultural background in China, in that region, that do not allow children to be engaged organically with the nature that they are embedded in, like because what one would imagine is that because they are embedded in that baby wildlife, they will be more with a sense that they are belong to that like biodiversity, or like they are more organically part of like the modern human world. So I would wondering like what's the context that that allows those children to grow without being aware of the beautiful around them. Thank you.
Yeah, there are two reasons. The first reason is that in China, for most of the schools, they just emphasize what is listed in the examinations. Yeah, for example, for primary schools, only 3 courses are important. The first one is Chinese, the second one is maths, and the third one is English. Only these 3 courses are do have those examinations conducted by the government, and only those courses are important for them to gain into another stage of education. And also in those schools, in the rural schools, they lack the teachers of all the other areas. For example, our teachers give art courses and the science courses in these schools. Before our teachers go there, they even don't have these expert these professional teachers in these areas. So they just ignore all the other music, art, science, and other courses because they don't have teachers. And that's the second reason. And the third reason is that for all those rural areas, they are usually quite poor. So a lot of students they get the awareness that when they grow up, they will go out to the big cities to find their jobs there. They think that their village is not a good place to live because their parents went to big cities. All the people who have talents went to big cities, so they don't think that their village is a good place to live. And also they when they get into the environment, they just pass through the mountains, and they pass the plants and animals, but they think, oh, that's normal. If it's just our village. They don't think, oh, it's really beautiful according to a lot of other places. So they just feel really normal to those environment. But I think the first reasons are the main problems to the natural environmental education in China.
Thank you so much for teaching us about that context. I would say that I could relate about that with some settings in the Dominican Republic, because like where I'm from in the Caribbean, because actually a lot of people that grow in the rural area, their only dream is to go and to move to the city and to have jobs there. But there's also like a counterpart, because like there is actually in my case like lack of jobs and possibility also in the rural area. So it's not only about the citizens of those communities, it's also about the government and the policy that shapes those behavior, because don't bring opportunities for locals to actually flourish in their own places where they grow up. So thank you. I think, Dr. House, sorry, that you have several questions on the chat. So I don't know if you want to read it, and feel free to answer them.
Yeah.
And then if someone else can feel free to, after she responds the question on the chat, you can feel free also to raise your hand and unmute yourself.
I found one question for schools found in central towns where every neighborhood is built. How often do you think do you take students to visit the natural environment? For that question, actually, our organization 同行 School, we also conduct a lot of natural projects for the city students, because the city students only have time to visit the natural area in their vacation, summer vacation and the winter vacation. During the semester, they don't have any time to visit the natural environment because they are really busy. Perhaps the people in other countries didn't recognize how busy the Chinese students are. From the primary schools, they do have a lot of homeworks, examinations, and during the weekend time, they have also other classes and courses. So the students had really busy semesters. They only have time in summer vacation and winter vacation. So our 同行 School, we conduct the summer camps and the winter camps for the students in other provinces in natural environment. We hope to let the students to get out of the city to go into the natural environment. And my daughter has already joined a lot of these projects with our 同行 School. She has visited Jilin province, Xizang and Yunnan and Guizhou, and a lot of places with our summer camps and winter camps. When we let the students get into those natural environment, we not only let them to go through and see sightseeing, we also arrange them into small groups and to discuss solutions to a project. Such as in Xizang, we let them to draw a map of all the water systems in Xizang, and to show to have the presentations of their thoughts. So that's the answer to this question. For most of the students in towns and cities, they don't visit the natural environment in most of their lives. That's a pity of the students in big cities in China.
Any questions? You can raise your hand or unmute yourself. I think Feng Yui. Yeah. Feng Yui. Well, there's a question on the chat from Barbara, if you want to address it.
I'm reading it. It's does environmental education approach increase students' awareness and empathy for each other, as well as in their environment, especially in rural areas. Has technology taken significant role in students' lives similar to urban areas? For the first question, the awareness and empathy for each other, we did not conduct a measurement of this, so I cannot say, oh, definitely yes. But to my observation, the students in Tongxing school, they do show the awareness and empathy for each other, because I talked with a lot of students in Tongxing school about their school lives, about their personal lives, and a lot of students they talked about the the personal relationship for them and with their classmates, and I think that the Tongxing students, they are quite justice, they help the justice, and also they help the empathy for their fellow students a lot, because some of the students talked about the injustice in their classes. They talked about the cruelness of some students to treat to the others. They talked about what is the way they think is right in the students' relationships. I do feel that the Tongxing students, they are very kind, and they showed great empathy to their fellow students. But I do not have a large-scale statistics on this. I think that when you get into the natural environment a lot, and this will enlarge your vision and make you yeah, increase the empathy to the other students. I do agree with this. And special in rural area, has technology taken on a significant role in students' life? I only can say that the teachers use more and more the screen to show their teaching material. They do have the PPT, and they sometimes show some videos on the screen in the classroom. But other than this, I don't think that the student can interact a lot with the technology. They don't have computers, they don't have iPad. They sometimes can only use their grandparents' cell phone, mobile phone, but only for games. They don't use technology a lot for education. And that is one of the cognitive gap between the rural area students and the urban area students. And we do hope to change that situation, because our Tongxing school, we also developed the AI study platform, and we hope to donate that AI study platform to the schools in rural areas. We hope that the students, with the help of electronic devices and the AI study platform, can really get the help, get from the help of the AIs. Yeah, we do hope so.
I actually want to follow up with a question out of my curiosity, because you are such a famous author at the same time to write those science fictions about future, and at the same time you need to really, try to promote those educational programs to kids in such different rural areas, especially in China. So you spoke a little bit about AI. Right now, people are really discussing about how AI can potentially change the world's operation in a very near future. So how do you feel in terms of giving a really good quality of education to the rural part of the country, or even the whole world? What could be the you know practical approach for people who are in the very sort of different environment from the big cities or privileged area to grab the opportunity of AI and in terms of increasing the quality of the education in the near future? What do you think? Could that be an opportunity or even bigger challenge?
That is a really good question. Nowadays, so what I see is that there's a huge gap between the technological developer and the educators. For a lot of technological developers, they believe that AI can really change the world, including education. For a lot of educators that I had contact, they really had doubts in AIs. They think that, oh, if the students use AIs too much, then the students won't think by themselves and the students will become lazy and stupid in the future. So the educators, they really say against the AIs. A lot of them are these kind of but I think that the future is really depends on the combinations of more educators and more technological developers together to really find the ways to conduct the students to use AI properly. They cannot just simply use AI as a question answer machine. If like this, they just copy the questions to the AIs and the AIs give answers and they copy paste the answers to their homework sheets. And that's nonsense for the students. But if you just don't let the students to use AIs, they cannot catch up with the technology development, and it's not good for the students as well. So I think that a lot of educators should try to involve AIs in their educational process and to conduct the students to use the AIs properly. For example, the teachers can teach the students about the basic principles, the basic concepts of one area, and conduct the students to ask questions to how to ask questions to the to AIs and how to interact with AIs in these areas. That is how we we design our AI educational courses. For example, I teach AI writing course, and I will teach the students about creative writing. How can you just create your own story? How to create your structure, your character designs, your world buildings, and I teach them about the basic literature principles. And during my course, I give the student introductions of how to interact AI at this step. If you do the character building, how can you let the AI to help you and support you in this step? And when you do word building, and how can you ask questions to AIs? And when you design your own story plot, in which step, what can AI do for you? So in my courses, I teach all the literature principles, but in each step, I teach the students how can you interact with the AI at this step. So if the courses is designed like this, the students can use AIs as useful tools for them, but not to replace them. If they use AIs to replace their own thinkings, their own efforts, and then the students will become useless in the future. But if they know how to conduct AI and how to let AI tools to help them with their own thinkings, their own efforts and their own works. And then the students can be really effective. They can achieve a lot of goals that they can never imagine in the past. So we now design a series of courses like this. we teach the students the expertise, but we let the students to use AI tools to help them. So in the future, we hope to give that courses and platform to more schools in rural areas. We hope to see the results of this attempt. Maybe we can see some students grown up on this AI platform. We do hope that this is an opportunity to narrow the gap between the urban and the rural groups. But that is a difficult process. So we only have the best dreams, but perhaps it's when we just make it practical, we will encounter a lot of difficulties. But I do hope that's the future of our human society.
Thank you so much. Elena, is that still kind of one more questions? Maybe we should end up here.
Well, thank you, Dr. Hao. I don't know if you have the time to answer that last question about how you design your syllabus, because it's been posted before fish questions. So I was wondering if like someone, very quickly, and thank you for your time and these extra minutes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So this last question I can answer. For the syllabus, we actually talked with several experts in environmental education in China, and we let the experts to discuss with each other. For the United Nations SDG goals, we just have the sub. For each goal, there are a lot of smaller goals in the subdivision. We choose some relevant goals from the SDG goals, and we let the experts in environmental education. They each respond to one of the SDG goals, and when they design the course syllabus, and we compare the different syllabus with the different experts, and we combine them together and to make the syllabus relevant to each other, but have different focuses in different areas. There are several really good experts in these areas, and these experts, they also have some trainings from international organizations such as WWF and other international organizations. So when they come together to this curriculum design, it's easy for them to communicate with each other to design the course syllabus. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for Elena. Thank you for Fish.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I do hope to communicate and collaborate with more organizations in the world. So if you are interested in the natural and educational environmental education in China, you can contact me after this.
We'll share your slides with our global audience.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jingfan.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Have a good rest.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.